If you win, the table will honor its word.
John Wick Chapter 4 officially opens today. Keanu Reeves is back as the master assassin, taking on the mysterious High Table. Pundits say it could open with a franchise record $70 million.
I want my life back. I want my child back.
Florence Pugh and Morgan Freeman star in the drama A Good Person, Zach Braff's third big screen directorial effort.
I know I can find him.
And Sally Hawkins stars in The Lost King, based on the true story of the successful search for King Richard III's remains.
Man, look around. We got everything we need right here.
The Netflix teen drama Outer Banks tops the most recent Nielsen streaming top 10. That's counting not only views of season 3, which dropped 3 weeks ago, but also visits to seasons 1 and 2.
Hold on.
This day in 1977, the Fleetwood Mac classic Dreams was released. It went gold 6 months later for selling over 500,000 copies.
Well, who am I to keep you down?
And Oscar winner Jessica Chastain is 46 Friday. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
Happy birthday, Jessica. Well, 6 new attractions are headed to Six Flags Fiesta Texas this year at the Hurricane Harbor Water Park. Hurricane Harbor is set to open April 29th with new double-decker cabanas, more picnic tables, and luxury lounge chairs. Water Park will have 6 new family-friendly water slides called Rip Curl, Vortex, Stingray Racer, Bonsai Pipeline, Cowabunga, and Wipeout. These were made for this park, right? Six Flags said it's part of a rebranding of their water park. To read more about the new rides and entertainment out there, go to ksat.com. 5:57, 70 degrees on your Friday morning. Glad you're with us. RJ handling traffic duties this morning, and so far so good. Not dealing with rain on the roads or any accidents so far. Cross your fingers. We'll see how things are looking coming up in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Also, you're going to want your Friday and your weekend forecast. We've got a picture-perfect day coming up. Which one this weekend? Justin will tell you coming up.
I'm ABC's Justin Finch, recapping that tense Capitol Hill TikTok hearing. Coming up, what the TikTok CEO says it's doing to protect U.S. users and how lawmakers are responding.
Let's look out there with live cam this Friday morning. We are starting humid at 70 degrees, but we are looking forward to a nice weekend. We're going to be checking in with Justin very soon.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Pat yourself on the back. We made it to Friday. Good morning, everybody. It's March 24th.
Yes, happy Friday. Hope you had a good week. And, I'm looking forward to the nice weather this weekend because we've had a lot of humid mornings.
If you're traveling this weekend, or actually rather this morning, be aware that you may run into showers or storms. The question is, do any of those reach us here? Justin's in for Mike Ostrage, and he joined us live in the studio.
That is the big question. And really, we could see a couple of showers, but we're missing out on the bulk of the action. If you are traveling up to, say, Dallas, that's where things get a little more active. We've got some severe weather up there. In fact, a severe thunderstorm warning as we look at the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Some strong storms moving in as we speak. That could cause a few delays at the airport up there. But as we move further down this line along the frontal boundary, it's just a few showers for the hill country right now. And I don't think we're going to see much more than that. And in fact, as this line makes its way towards San Antonio a little bit later this morning, we're talking 1 or 2 showers and then things clear out. So we're just not going to see really a lot of rain out of this. And that's unfortunate. We could use the rain. Good news here, though, is dry air punches in this afternoon, and that makes for a great day, a great evening, and a pretty nice weekend. As we go outside for you right now, it is still humid, 71 degrees and cloudy. Dew point is at 66. We've got a good southerly wind right now at 14 miles per hour, gusting to 21. It's going to be a breezy day because we'll see the southerly winds initially and then westerly winds later this afternoon that will also be gusty. 70 at 9 o'clock. Small chance of rain, I'd say 10, 11, noontime. That's kind of the window where we could see a couple of showers. But by noontime, skies are beginning to clear, and then here comes the warm weather. We're up around 87 by 4 p.m. with sunny skies. And as I said, it's going to be a beautiful weekend, too. We'll take a look at that forecast here in just a few minutes. But let's go over to RJ now, who has not been very busy this morning, and that's good. Not that you're slacking off.
Yeah, Never, Justin.
No,
never.
not at all.
All right. Well, things are picking up a little bit out on the roads as we now get into our 6 o'clock hour here on your Friday. Hopefully, everyone is set to have a good weekend. And right now, things looking okay out there. I-10 at Callahan, traffic moving along smooth there. I-10 at the Y, things looking pretty solid there as well. Let's take a look at our maps, and we do see that traffic is moving pretty good throughout the entire San Antonio metropolitan area. Nothing major to be concerned with right now. Something that just popped up on TransGuide is, or TxDOT actually, is a stall that's being reported there on the westbound lanes of 151 at West Military Drive, but again, does not appear to be causing any major traffic issues at the moment. So if you were headed out there, 151, the SeaWorld area, just kind of keep that in mind if you have to make your way in and out of that particular area. I want to remind you guys, we do have some overhead sign work that's taking place throughout the rest of this month. This is going to be a Loop 410 West there, and this is going to be, again, 151 to West Military Drive, so kind of a similar area there. So we do expect some overhead sign work to take place there from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So something to keep in mind if you're headed out maybe later on this morning or in the early part of the afternoon. One more quick look at TransGuide here, I-35 at US 90, things looking pretty good in that area right now. And again, nothing major to speak of, just that stall. We will continue to follow the very latest when it comes to your traffic doings on this Friday morning. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, a 38-year-old man from Austin has been sentenced for rioting during the January 6th breach of the Capitol. Jeffrey Shog was sentenced yesterday to 6 months in prison. He was also ordered to 12 months of supervised release and ordered to pay restitution. Court documents say during the insurrection, Shog waved a Texas flag and cheered on other rioters as they overwhelmed officers on the northwest steps of the Capitol. He then went to a courtyard outside the Senate wing door and made his way into the Capitol. More than 1,000 people have been arrested for charges related to the breach.
Now to the courts, where a woman who used her husband's war injuries to falsely claim he was paralyzed was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison by a federal judge here in San Antonio. Josephine Perez Gorda was convicted last fall of submitting false paperwork to get hundreds of thousands worth of dollars in Veterans Affairs benefits and Social Security payments. This was all while she and her husband put forth a narrative that his 2011 injuries from serving in Iraq in the Army left him unable to use his lower extremities. Federal investigators uncovered this footage showing him walking. He faced his own slew of charges, but died in federal custody early last year while awaiting trial.
Anything you want to say on your way in?
Dylan, you know I don't want to talk to you.
Now, the couple was gifted this custom-built, specially adapted home up in Dripping Springs near Austin. The executive director of Homes for Our Troops tells KSAT the charity plans to repossess the property pending an appeal in the case. Perez Gorda must report to prison by June 5th.
Looking ahead, the annual Cesar E. Chavez March for Justice is happening tomorrow on the west side. Now, things will kick off at 9 a.m. outside of the Guadalupe Theater. Thousands of people are expected to participate in honor of the legacy of the late Cesar Chavez. Now, organizers hope this march will be a time for the community to come together. This year's Grand Marshal will be the Castro family. Now, that includes local activist and councilwoman Rosie Castro and her two sons, Congressman Joaquin Castro and HUD Secretary Julian Castro. And if you can't make it out tomorrow, we have you covered throughout GMSA. Be sure and tune in for our live coverage. You'll also be able to find the latest on KSAT.com.
Another big story this morning, the CEO of TikTok facing a grilling from members of Congress. That CEO spending hours trying to convince them the app is committed to protecting Americans' privacy despite grave concerns about TikTok's Chinese ownership and ties to Beijing. As ABC's Justin Finch reports, it's all leaving millions of U.S. TikTok users on edge amid bipartisan support to ban the app here in America.
Good morning. House Republicans and Democrats firing a barrage of questions at TikTok CEO, aiming for answers as to how the app safeguards U.S. users' data and how it would stop potential efforts by the Chinese government to weaponize the platform. House Republicans and Democrats united in their skepticism of TikTok, which counts more than 150 million U.S. users.
The Chinese Communist Party is able to use this as a tool to manipulate America as a whole.
TikTok needs to be an American company with American values and end its ties to the Chinese Communist Party.
TikTok CEO Xiao Chu insisting the app is working to protect American users by firewalling off their data from unwanted foreign influence.
It is our commitment to this committee and all our users that we will keep this free from any manipulation by any government.
Chu says TikTok's firewall will launch sometime later this year and that it plans to store Americans' data on U.S. soil.
I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data. They have never asked us. We have not provided.
I find that actually preposterous.
And TikTok CEO also saying concerns raised about the app are not unique to its platform, despite bipartisan support for a Senate bill that would call for the regulation or even outright banning of foreign-made technology that could compromise national security. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Time check just now 6:08, 70 degrees.
Still to come, the death toll is rising following an outbreak linked to contaminated recalled eye drops. We're tracking the latest. Plus,
that blood clot can then travel or embolize to other parts of the body, which can lead to fatal injury.
You may not know this, but it's National Blood Clot Awareness Month, and we want to keep you healthy. After the break, some signs and symptoms you need to look out for.
let's look out there with live cam. We have the humidity, but in this shot, not the rain. We're going to be checking in with Justin to see where that rain is happening around us. We'll be right back.
Just about 6:12, every 6 minutes, someone dies of a blood clot here in the United States.
That's according to the National Blood Clot Alliance, and doctors say blood clots can happen to anyone at any age.
Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
It was a big shock to me.
Husband and father of two, Tom Buffalano has always been a physically active person. Back in 2017, Buffalano was in his 50s, coaching runners for an upcoming marathon when he notices something's not right.
I was stopping every couple of 100 yards to catch my breath.
Buffalano says his condition worsened over the next couple of months, and when he couldn't make it up a set of stairs, he went to the emergency room.
It was an overwhelming feeling that I just couldn't breathe.
He says after hours of tests, doctors scanned for blood clots.
Blood clots can happen anywhere in the body, and what's more concerning is that that blood clot can then travel or embolize to other parts of the body, which can lead to fatal injuries.
Buffalano suffered from a pulmonary embolism, blood clots that travel to the lungs. The clot had started in his leg.
You know, when you're physically fit, you think it's many other things, and you Google symptoms, and it comes up with everything. It never came up with blood clots.
The cardiologist at the hospital prescribed Buffalano blood thinners for 6 months. Then he got back to running. 3 years later, he experienced something all too familiar. He was suffering from another pulmonary embolism.
I knew immediately what it was, and I went to the hospital, and it was worse the second time around.
Buffalano considers himself lucky, surviving pulmonary embolisms twice.
I think about my blood clots every day. I think about how they affected me when I had them, my recovery, and I think about what I can do to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Some risk factors for blood clots include, but are not limited to, recent travel when you're sitting for a long period of time, recent surgery, medications that contain estrogen, pregnancy, cancer, recent COVID-19 infection, and genetics. But doctors say it's still possible to develop a blood clot without any of those risk factors.
It's important to remember the signs and symptoms: pain, warmth, swelling, especially if it's one leg and not the other.
And if you're experiencing sudden breathlessness, difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, coughing with blood, and fainting, go to the ER.
Blood clots can kill you. And if you have any indication that you might have blood clots, you need to go to the emergency room ASAP, and you need to advocate for yourself.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
It's now just about 6:15 on your Friday.
And looking at those trans-guided cameras, things look okay, but let's check back with RJ Marquez.
Yeah, things looking pretty good, guys, on your Friday morning. People making their way to school, work this morning. Taking a look here outside I-35 at Pine. Traffic moving along pretty good in that area. 35 at Rittiman Road had some construction earlier, but things have cleared out there as well. 35 at Nogolito, same situation here. Traffic moving along pretty smooth throughout our area, and that's exactly what our maps are showing right now. We mentioned that stall a little bit earlier out there by SeaWorld at 151 West Military Drive. That is no longer showing up on the the TxDOT website, so that is good news there for people that have to make their way in and out of 151 near SeaWorld. So that's good news. But moving a little bit closer to downtown, we do have another reported stall. This is on the southbound lanes of I-37 at Brooklyn Avenue. So the downtown area, of course, things always kind of congested in that area to begin with. You see the amount of construction that we already have working in that area, especially along Cesar Chavez and also up here, 281, 35, 37, always kind of busy area. So keep this in mind if you had to head out or be in and around the downtown area. One more quick look outside TransGuide, US 90 at Nogalitos, things looking good there. I-10 at Callahan on the northwest side. Traffic moving along pretty smooth as well. So appears people may be getting a little bit of a late start this morning, guys, but so far, so good on the roadways for your Friday morning.
Thank you, RJ.
Yeah, that's good news for Friday. I guess also good news, a weekend we can expect.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful coming up tomorrow. You know, we get these fronts, and they don't really cool us down this time of year, at least not that much, these kind of fronts. But they do bring in dry air, so that means we get some pretty nice mornings. That's going to be the case tomorrow morning. So Saturday morning should be perfect. But before that happens, we got to get this front through here, and we're noticing some showers and storms developing along this boundary out to our west. Right around Junction is where we're seeing some activity right now, and these storms trying to gather a little more strength. They're not severe, and they're moving north and northeast, but that is right along that boundary. We'll see if we get a little more development, but as I've been saying, chances of seeing storms here in San Antonio are very slim, and likely we just see a few showers as this gets a little bit closer. We're also noticing a couple of showers down south of Rock Springs. So the front is through Rock Springs. It's working its way into Del Rio, and Del Rio, you're starting to see a few showers. So you can see a few light sprinkly showers this morning. This will work its way towards Lakey, Concan, and again, eventually San Antonio a little bit later this morning, bringing with it some showers as it does. This is one of our latest computer models here. It does develop a couple showers around 10 o'clock, 10 or 11 o'clock. But notice how quickly the clouds clear out. So that dry air starts to move in. The sun pops out. We get low humidity this afternoon. It turns into a pretty nice day, other than it will be a little warm. We'll still get temperatures in the upper 80s, despite the fact that front is coming through. So as we go outside for you right now, 71 is still cloudy. It's still muggy out there. Dew point is at 66. Southerly winds at 14 miles per hour. We're seeing those dew points in the upper 60s right now, but look what happens by this afternoon. They fall off into the 30s and 20s, so the air gets really dry by 3, 4 o'clock. And then as we go into tonight with dry air, clear skies, you know what happens. We get the temperatures cooling down very quickly, and by tomorrow morning, it should be a great, great start to your Saturday. I do want to mention that winds are going to be a little bit gusty from time to time today. We're going to see some southerly winds this morning that are gusty, and then once that front moves through, we'll see some westerly winds where we could see some gusts 25 to 30 miles per hour. But those winds will die down as we get into tonight as well. So your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 70 at 9 o'clock. We'll put in some very small rain chances, 10, 11 o'clock. I really think by noon, everything is winding down. 78 degrees, 81 at 1 o'clock, and then sunny and warm this afternoon. We're up around 87 by 4 and 5 p.m. I want to take you up to Dallas. This is where the system is quite a bit more active. Seeing some severe weather here as these storms work through the Metroplex, so that could cause some travel issues today if that is in your plans. As we look at the big picture here, this storm system is going to progress east. As it does, the dry air moves in here around San Antonio and much of Texas, but severe weather develops later this afternoon. This is around 5 o'clock across the southeast. So Little Rock, Shreveport, Jackson, Memphis, these are areas that will really be dealing with some strong storms, I think, this afternoon. Severe weather is likely. There could be a pretty significant outbreak today. So this is a spring-like system for those folks, not necessarily for us. Here's the extended forecast. Excuse me. Man, that oak pollen is the worst. 83 on Saturday, 83 Sunday. We'll see some low humidity, and then we'll get another front coming in on Monday that brings some small rain chances with it and does cool us down as we get into next week.
Thank you, Justin. Hope you feel better.
Thank you.
619, 70 degrees.
And it's something we have talked about before here on GMSA. A cruise line is offering an all-inclusive 3-year voyage around the world. No, not 3 hours, 3 years. Just ahead, we're going to take a closer look at that adventure.
Sometimes the lows of bipolar depression feel darkest before dawn. With Caplyta, there's a chance to let the light shine through and light tomorrow with the hope from today. This is a chance to let in the light. Capilita is a once daily pill that is proven to deliver significant relief across bipolar depression. Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Capilita treats both bipolar 1 and bipolar 2 depression. And in clinical trials, movement disorders and weight gain were not common.
Call your doctor about sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants may increase these risks in young adults. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Report fever, confusion, stiff, or uncontrollable muscle movements which may be life-threatening or permanent. These aren't all the serious side effects.
In the darkness of bipolar 1 and 2 depression, Capilita can help you let in the light. Ask your doctor about Capilita today. Find savings and support at capilita.com.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details on the all-inclusive 3-year passenger cruise around the world.
I have never been on a cruise before, and when this opportunity came up, I grabbed it.
375 destinations with stops in 135 countries across all 7 continents. The Life at Sea ship setting sail from Istanbul November, picking up passengers in Barcelona and Miami. The ship can hold just over 1,000 passengers, more than half the cabins already booked since the itinerary was announced earlier this month.
I think people's work schedules have become a little bit more flexible. We have seen more of an interest in people wanting to try to work from ships.
And we'll have much more on this game changer on the high seas coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Okendo, ABC News, Miami.
In today's Tech Bites, a new proposal at the FTC would make it easier to cancel subscriptions. Under the rule, which is being dubbed the click to cancel rule, businesses would be required to allow customers to cancel subscriptions online if you subscribed on a website. Some companies currently require a phone call to cancel. The FTC will hear public comments on the rule before finalizing it. Some Twitter users are wondering if a change is coming. The company claims users' verified blue check marks will start to disappear on April 1st, unless they pay. But skeptics wonder if the date is laying the groundwork for an April Fool's joke. And United Airlines is now in a partnership to provide electric air taxi service from downtown Chicago to O'Hare Airport, cutting the trip from over an hour down to just 10 minutes. Service is set to begin in 2025. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
The only way John Wick will ever have freedom and peace is in death.
Yeah, not really.
We've been talking about it off and on all week. It's finally in theaters. John Wick Chapter 4. Keanu Reeves is back, so you know it's full of action. There are also assassins everywhere you turn. It's rated R, so not for the kiddos.
And here's a look at how it's doing on RottenTomatoes.com. So far, it has 95% from critics, and audiences who have seen it early are loving it. Right now, it has 96% from moviegoers. Interesting.
Yeah, the critics' consensus, John Wick Chapter 4 piles on more of everything and suggests that when it comes to a well-dressed Keanu dispatching his enemies with lethally ballistic style, there can never be too much. That's right. According to RottenTomatoes.com.
I agree, and I haven't even seen it.
625, 70 degrees.
Let's look out there with TransSky, looking over there at Highway 281, now at Loop 410 at Marbuck Road, where things are moving. RJ Marcus is in for Stephen Cavazos, and he's having a great time with us, but we're going to check in with him later about the situation out there.
Calm weather here, rough weather up in North Texas right now. If you're flying American or Southwest in or out of Dallas, go ahead and double check your flight status this morning just to be safe. Welcome back, 6:30 on your Friday. It is March 24th.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. But no rain, in our area, at least not in my drive-in. You were okay too?
That's true. Yeah. And Justin, who's in for Mike, says our chances are this morning or later on today.
That pretty much sums it up. Yeah, there's not a lot of hope for any sort of significant rain. I think we could see a shower or two, but it's not going to be like what they're seeing to our north, where they are getting some pretty big storms up around Dallas. We're noticing a few out near Junction, but notice San Antonio, it's all quiet here. This front's going to kind of Well, it'll move through noontime, but any sort of rain or anything associated with the front will just kind of scrape us. A shower or two, as I said. Around Junction, they are getting some thunderstorms, but those are quickly moving off to the north, and we're noticing a few showers. Trying to work their way into Lakey at this hour, and then maybe around Brackettville and Del Rio, you can see a few light showers. This will eventually work its way. This kind of broken line of light showers will work its way towards San Antonio later this morning, mid-morning to about lunchtime. 71 degrees right now, cloudy. Dew point is at 66. And the KSAT 12-hour forecast, we'll keep it cloudy, 9 a.m., 70 degrees. Then we add in some small rain chances there, 10, 11, maybe noontime. But the skies are starting to clear at this point, 78 degrees. And then we jump into the 80s this afternoon. Sunny, but much drier. We'll get a westerly wind. Humidity goes way down, and that'll lead to a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning and a really pretty nice weekend. We'll look at the 7-day forecast here in just a bit. Let's get over to RJ and talk traffic. It has been quiet so far. Any changes?
No, things looking good out there right now, just in this morning. And we were just talking a little bit during the break about getting some coffee, some good coffee areas around our area. This would be the time to definitely maybe make a little pit stop if you need to grab some coffee before you head out to school and work, because traffic is moving pretty smooth throughout our area. Taking you outside with TransGuide, 281 at Grayson, things looking good there by the Pearl area. And then let's see what else we have here. 1604 at Spurs Ranch, things looking good there. US 90 at Nogalitos there on the near west side, looking good. I-10 Callahan out there on the northwest side, things looking good. Speaking of the northwest side, we do have one disabled vehicle or a stall to kind of let you know about, but not really affecting traffic too much in the area. This popped up a little while ago on TxDOT's website. So this is the westbound lanes of I-10 at Loop 1604. So westbound lanes, I-10 Loop 1604, kind of around the La Cantera and UTSA area. So keep this in mind if you're headed out into this area right now. But again, traffic looking good so far. People seem to be, kind of behaving themselves out there on their Friday morning. I-37 and Hot Wells, things looking good so far. But we will continue to follow the very latest when it comes to traffic and let you know about if any of these things tend to change throughout the rest of the morning. Mark and Stephanie, back to you.
RJ, thank you. Want to get some late breaking news. 3 burglars appear to have disappeared, not into a cloud of smoke, but through a trail of smoke shop accessories.
San Antonio police have been trying to catch up with them after they ran from a business near downtown. Katrina Weber is live on Broadway near Mankey Park.
Katrina, we understand they left some of the stolen smoke shop merchandise all along the street.
They sure did, and that trail started right here in the parking lot of 5 Star Smoke Shop. This is the business that was burglarized. You can see that the front glass door is shattered. Police got the call about the burglary here a little bit before 5:30. They arrived just as they say 3 guys were coming out with their arms loaded with boxes and other accessories, those boxes containing vape pens. You can see how they scattered all over the parking lot. Well, the 3 suspects jumped into a car and took off with police chasing behind them. I want to show you the video of how this ended, with that car wrecking out about a block and a half away from here, closer to Funston and Broadway. The car wrecked out there, and that is where the 3 men who were inside jumped out and ran. Now, police have been searching for them ever since. They had their helicopter up, they brought their dog out, and they were searching, but it does not appear that they have tracked them down just yet. Now, police tell me at one point during that chase, those suspects actually drove onto the grounds of the Botanical Gardens, which, as you know, are just here down at Broadway and Funston. They drove onto the gardens of the Botanical Gardens, the grounds of the Botanical Gardens, not realizing that that was a closed property and they had nowhere to go. So police say they stood outside the door waiting for them to come and exit the property. And as they did, they say that those suspects appeared to be headed straight for their patrol car, but they managed to go around and get away. And again, that leads us to where their car is wrecked out down here on Broadway right now, with police still searching this area. Reporting live near downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Shootings over THC vape pens. That's the latest problem the Bexar County Sheriff is seeing at some San Antonio area schools, something he addressed last night in a neighborhood safety meeting in the Alamo Ranch area on the far west side. A majority of the parents in attendance were from NISD, many concerned about what their kids are being exposed to while on campus. The parents expressed that students are fighting and using vape pens on campus at an alarming rate. The sheriff says it's increasing violence in the area, leading to guns ending up on campus. He says he hopes the new school safety task force for NISD and even Southwest ISD will help slow the crime rate.
A 20-year-old man is facing a felony count of injury to a child. Universal City Police say Eric Espinosa Resendez was left alone with his 2-month-old infant last week. Days later, the child was in critical condition with symptoms consistent with shaken baby syndrome. In the wake of the incident, advocates are urging families to come up with a plan when the stress becomes too much, and parenting support for first-time parents, families, and caretakers is available for free in our community.
We want to acknowledge that parenting can be tough, and sometimes there's times where we're not sure what to do. But that's where, parenting education can be a great tool that we can have in our toolbox. So when those stressful situations come up.
Yeah. Metro House Triple P program is available. The United Way's 211 line can offer assistance. We have information on how you can reach these agencies for family support and classes on our website at ksat.com.
Looking ahead, U.S. Military Academy Day for San Antonio is happening tomorrow, an opportunity for students interested in attending one of the U.S. service academies to learn more about what those schools have to offer. The actual service academies, like West Point, typically a 4-year program. Students graduate with a bachelor's degree and then they're commissioned as an officer in the U.S. military. Academy Day is a time when people are encouraged to meet with service academy reps and congressional officials. Part of the process includes being nominated by a member of Congress. You need that nomination to be appointed for academy admission.
For most students, that's going to be their 2 senators in the state that they live in and the representative from the district that they reside in. All 3 of those individuals or offices have applications that students will fill out in their beginning spring of their junior year to compete and interview and apply for that nomination.
And here are the details. Academy Day is free and open to the public. It's happening tomorrow between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. at the Palo Alto College Performing Arts Center.
Early voting is approaching on May 6th. San Antonio voters will not only vote for who they want to represent them on city council and in the mayor's seat, but also whether to amend the city's charter under a sweeping ballot proposition. If passed, San Antonio's Proposition A would decriminalize abortion and misdemeanor marijuana possession. It also makes some existing policies permanent. Head to ksat.com to get the latest on the upcoming elections.
And now to a story that we have been following closely, eye drops being linked to more deaths and infections. This morning, we're hearing from a patient who says she used one of the eye drop brands being recalled. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has that story.
This morning, one woman's horror story after the CDC warned about a growing number of deaths and rare infections linked to contaminated eye drops. At least 3 people have died, 8 have lost their vision, and 4 needed an eye surgically removed.
Definitely check your medicine cabinet to see if you might have any of these products that are in your home. And if you do, discard them right away.
Some over-the-counter eye drops may be contaminated with a strain of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. 10 brands have been recalled, but most cases have been linked to EzraCare and Delsym Pharma Artificial Tears, both made by India-based Global Pharma. Clara Oliva is now suing the company.
She's unstable right now. Walking is difficult for her.
She says she used EzraCare for 9 months while battling an aggressive infection, which she says doctors had trouble treating with antibiotics. Oliva says doctors were forced to remove her eye to keep the bacteria from spreading.
How has your life changed with your family or with work? ¿Cómo le ha cambiado la vida con la familia y con el trabajo?
Mucho, 1000%, 2000, 3000.
1000%.
Yes.
With poor vision in her remaining eye, she is now legally blind.
She has since, with the prosthetic, had difficulties relearning how to do a lot of her daily activities like walking. Her depth perception has been affected, and so she's unstable. And also, she is unable to drive.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Well, an update to a story we first told you about in our 5 o'clock newscast this morning. We've just learned that Britain's King Charles has now postponed his planned state visit to France amid big protests in the country over French President Emmanuel Macron's decision to raise the retirement age in France by 2 years. Now, demonstrations began yesterday. A group of protesters destroyed store windows, restaurants, and set street fires. Riot police moved in with tear gas and stun grenades. French unions have called for new nationwide strikes and protests next week that would have coincided with the King's visit. But again, that's now been postponed. That was set to be King Charles's first state visit as sovereign for the UK. Right now, 640, 70 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up next.
So today we're planting corn, basil, squash, bean bush, and carrots. We want to keep it simple since it's our first garden.
Welcome back. Groceries, as we all know by now, are quite expensive, especially those healthy organic vegetables.
And that's why this week with our Gardening with KSAT series, our Sarah Costa begins to create an organic veggie garden from seeds.
Take a look.
We bought our seeds at Rainbow Gardens. They were relatively inexpensive. We probably spent less than $20 on our seeds. Before you start planting, remember to compost. You can find our soil prep video right now on ksat.com.
And you want to add nutrients or add compost as they're growing as well.
For our veggie garden, we partnered with the San Antonio Food Bank's Agricultural Initiatives Program, which not only provides grown produce for local families, but educates the community on how to grow food for themselves. Angela manages the nonprofit's farm, and she really knows her stuff. For carrots, you want to make rows about 6 inches apart, not too deep. Carrots like shade and a lot of moisture and can take anywhere from 14 to 21 days to germinate.
The width of the seed is the depth that you plant it. When they're really tiny seeds like this, you're just going to sprinkle a little bit of soil on top. You don't have to, and you just kind of pack it in a little bit.
Remember, because of the impact when you water, that's going to push those seeds down. So keep that in mind when it comes to how deep you plant. Hey, let's plant some corn. Angela says corn needs full sun and it's best to plant them in a block, at least 6 inches apart or more.
It's not going to be planted in your traditional rows. You're going to have it planted in kind of like squares.
2 seeds per hole to guarantee germination. We planted these about a knuckle deep. Next, we are planting a bush-type squash so it won't vine out too much. These are bigger seeds, which means planting a tad bit deeper. Now to my favorite, a bean bush trio. These make beautiful purple flowers before they are ready to harvest. You can eat these fresh like green beans or dry them out and eat them as traditional beans.
So similar to the carrots, we're going to make rows for the beans. They can be about 6 to 8 inches apart.
We planted the beans about 6 inches apart down the rows. Remember, the easiest way to know how far and deep to plant. Read the back of the seed package, which always details how to plant. Lastly, we planted basil. Look how tiny the seeds are. Because they are so small, we put them right on top of the soil, scattering with no particular pattern in one section. Now let's make it rain.
You can always raise up so that it's giving a nice gentle shower.
Water deep and even when you first plant, watering at the coolest times of the day. And water often until your seeds sprout, then water depending on temperature and rain, but you want to keep the soil moist. Within about a week, we had sprouts. And 3 weeks later, our plants are all sprouting. I can't wait to update you on our garden as it grows. Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Stories are getting better every time.
Yeah.
Have to go look at the seedlings between newscasts.
Yeah, I know. You see it in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't eat, only watch. Don't eat them yet. 6:46 on your Friday morning.
Let's check back with RJ, and the roads are looking good so far.
Yeah, things looking good. Our garden looking very good out there. Angela and Sarah doing a great job. Can't wait to see what sprouts out there. Taking a quick look outside at I-35 Nogalitos. Traffic looking good in that area. 37 at Cesar Chavez. Traffic moving along pretty smooth there as well. 37 at Hot Wells. Traffic doing pretty well this morning. So as far as our big map here, kind of just not seeing any major delays or incidents. Of course, our regular sort of buildup out there by 1604 at Castroville. Usually we do see that throughout this part of the morning. We do have a stall to let you know about here. This is right there, right at 281 and 410, the eastbound lanes of 410 at Broadway. So just keep this in mind. Again, eastbound lanes, Loop 410 at Broadway, right there in the 281 area. So it kind of gets pretty busy there to begin with. But again, traffic seems to be moving along pretty smooth in that area. Wanted to remind everyone real quick about the March for Justice tomorrow, the Cesar Chavez March for Justice. So this is going to be starting at Guadalupe Street, going all the way to Cesar Chavez Boulevard near Hemisphere Plaza. So just kind of keep this in mind tomorrow morning if you have to be in and around this sort of area, the downtown area out by Hemisphere. So just keep this in mind. Brazos, Guadalupe to Cesar Chavez. But taking one more quick look outside at our TransGuide traffic cameras, I-35 at Pine, things looking pretty solid there. And it's been a bit of a quiet morning, guys, which is really nice. People getting ready for the big weekend here. lot of excitement going on, including that March for Justice, which we know that it attracts a lot of people throughout on these weekends.
Yes, sir.
Right. 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you, RJ.
Thank you.
And the weather will be perfect for it.
Oh, that's good.
See skies clearing out this afternoon. It'll be a little chilly tomorrow morning, but no one's complaining about that. I mean, we'll be down in the low 50s. It'll feel really good. We've got to look at what's going on across the state of Texas. We've got some showers and storms up across North Texas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And that's where there is some severe weather in the Metroplex that may cause a few issues this morning. But notice that all the really active weather is well to our north. And then we've got a boundary right there that's helping to create a few showers. And then up front, right behind that, that will eventually be pushing through our neck of the woods. It could bring us a few showers, but we're not going to get this. We're not going to get the heavy rain like they're seeing up here in the Metroplex, where there are several strong storms at this hour. So let's look at the big picture here, and I'll show you the pattern. This front moves through, and then we got the dry air behind it. That really fills in this afternoon and during the day tomorrow. Low humidity. It will feel really, really nice. But as this storm system marches east later this afternoon, this is at 5 o'clock this afternoon, we're going to get some big time storms up across the southeast. Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi. This is an area that we'll see quite a bit of severe weather. So that's where all the active weather will be today, well to our east. Let me show you the live radar right now. And so here's San Antonio. Nothing going on, but we do notice that boundary is starting to create some showers there around Lakey and back down to the south and west towards Bracketville. So we'll keep an eye on the radar this morning. But as I said, you really won't see much more than a couple of showers. This is around 10 a.m. I'd say between 9 and 10 is when we could see some of the shower activity working through San Antonio. And then quickly by 11 o'clock, it is starting to push east. By midday, skies are clearing, and then we go sunny this afternoon. It'll still be warm, but the humidity will be much lower, as we said. As we go outside for you right now, cloudy and temperatures right around 70. The dew point trend near 70 to seeing dew points in the 30s and 20s. So that's that big change. We're also going to get some gusty winds from time to time this afternoon out of the west and northwest. Could see some gusts 25 to 30 miles per hour. So just a quick heads up there. The winds do die down though this evening and tonight. So our KSAT 12-hour forecast, 70 at 9 o'clock, 20% chance of rain, 71 at 10 o'clock, 20% chance of rain, but then the skies begin to clear, 78 noontime, 81 at 1 o'clock, and sunny and 87 for 5 o'clock this afternoon. And the extended forecast will go 83 tomorrow with low humidity after starting off at 50, 54 Sunday morning. Humidity does try to make a return late on Sunday. Then we get a frontal boundary Monday. Timing's still a little bit in question, but sometime I think Monday afternoon, and then that brings some rain chances with it. And little disturbances working through next week, we could see some more small rain chances really much of next week, and temperatures will stay cool in the 70s.
All right. I guess we'll remind people about the nice cold morning tomorrow because the past couple of mornings have been very humid.
Very muggy. We've had temperatures near 70, so this will be about a 20-degree temperature difference. It'll feel great.
By the way, Justin, everybody here in the studio that you see within your range is free for brunch tomorrow. So
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll make that happen.
Thank you in advance. 6:51, 70 degrees.
And tomorrow on GMSA, the annual Cesar E. Chavez March for Justice is happening on the west side. We're going to have a live preview.
And outside with live cam. Looking pretty good out there right now. Just more of the mild mugginess out there. Again, check ahead if you're flying in or out of Dallas this morning. They've had rough storms in that area. Could be affecting flights. So goes Dallas. So goes a lot of other airports here in the Lone Star State.
All right, taking one last look here during our 6 o'clock hour at our traffic right outside US 281 Sunterra Boulevard. Things looking pretty good in that area, but there is something that has just popped up as of the past couple of minutes or so. This is a crash on the near west side on the eastbound lanes of US 90 at Nogalitos. So just keeping caution if you're headed out into this area. You can see it's already starting to build up some traffic back up there all the way to South General McMullen. The eastbound lanes, US 90 at Nogalitos. Justin, how are things looking out there?
It's still cloudy, still humid here in San Antonio, but you notice just off to our west, there's a boundary there. There's some showers associated with that boundary. We'll see a few showers mid-morning before things clear out this afternoon. So 70 at 9 o'clock, 20% chance of rain. We'll keep that going through about 11 a.m. and then it turns sunny and warm this afternoon. We'll see highs right around 87 later today, and a great weekend. Nice tomorrow, 83 with low humidity on your Saturday.
Please, nobody tell Stephen Cavazos we've had a smooth commute this morning.
I know.
It'll be our secret, so keep it amongst yourselves. Oh, wait, this is live TV.